Hey guys, I wanted to come and share with you why you don't need a bookkeeping business website when you are first starting your business. Now, this is a very controversial topic. Like even when I got started like 7 years ago, we the one of our friends owned this like multi-million dollar like laser company. And the first thing she said was you gotta go get your flyers, you gotta go get your website, you gotta go get your business cards. Oh my gosh. And looking back now, that was probably some of the most time wasting things that we ever did. So the reason why is because people who don't buy ask to see your website. People who buy don't even think about that. Like they don't get they want to work with you, right? Think about it. The reason why a lot of people like sometimes what happens is you might be talking to someone and then they'll be like, they'll be really confused about how your service can help. So in an attempt to get you off the phone and in an attempt for them to try and really just kind of put together the pieces for themselves, they'll ask for your website. You give them your website, then you kind of think, oh, I got a client, or oh wow, they're really happy to start with me. They're basically going to be looking at your website and say, well, is this person really worth it? And they're looking for trying to find out like what is the value of your service? Is it worth it? How can you help them out? But think about it like this, just cut out that middleman and instead learn how to get really good at talking about what you do so the business owner feels excited and really clear on how you can help them. Okay. That's generally whenever I work with someone inside the paid mentorship program. And also, by the way, the paid mentorship program is open for enrollment. So if you want some help, go and click on the link in the description below to book a call with me to see if I can help you. But whenever I work with someone, the first thing that we do is I just show them examples of what a real good consultation looks like. We have like a sales call library of past students on actual consultation calls. So you can watch it firsthand what it looks, feels, and sounds like, especially when you're trying to charge those, above $1,000 a month prices. So you have full confidence in like what you need to do. But the first thing I do is I just show them what it looks like. Most people are completely blown away, right, with how little we say about accounting, how low we talk about ourselves and how like much we actually listen to the other person instead. And they think that when you're doing your sales and you're doing your consultations, like you have to be like this salesperson who like sells ice to an Eskimo. And really what it comes out is like you just sound kind of cheesy, um kind of arrogant, and really like you don't really know what you're doing. And I'm not saying that to be mean. It's just that it just kind of comes across what it is. And what it ends up looking like is that the person says, I need to think about it. Or can I get back at the end of the month? Or, I don't know if it's the best fit. Or, oh, I need to go and speak to my dog. He's my business partner. You get all these like little excuses that kind of pop up at the end. And people asking to see your website is generally one of those excuses. Now, generally what happens too is you might hear that so many times, like the people who don't sign up with you, they're like, oh, well, I would have signed up with you if you had a website. And you start hearing that, and you start hearing that, and you start hearing that, then you start hearing that, and you start optimizing for the people that said no. And you basically go and you try to build a website so that the next time someone says that same thing, you'll be ready and like you'll win. But then you finally build the website, the person asks, do you have a website? You say, yes, you have a website. They're like, oh, cool. Well, I still need to think about it. But thanks for sending me the link to your website. And you only realized then that it was just a smokescreen. It wasn't that people weren't really, looking for a website. It was just they didn't really find you credible or they didn't really find you valuable, and they just were trying to get you off the phone. And they just did not want to hurt your feelings. So most of my students, like when they start really, really making money, for example, like JT, like he was at 15 grand a month. He didn't have a website. He didn't even have like a business Gmail account. It was just like his name, accounting, at gmail.com. It was like an unprofessional one. He had no website. But what he did have was the ability to go and build a deep relationship with the right person. And what he did have was he had the ability to go and message them inside a messenger and really start a conversation, really just get to know them. And they started revealing their pains and their problems. They really started trusting him. Then what he did have was he had the ability to go and ask for a lot of money because I just told him, hey, these people have money, ask for it. And he just did it. Didn't have a website, and people didn't even ask about his website. Like people would literally be giving him like $1,200 a month without asking, like, do you have a website? Can I see your website? Are you legit? Are you official? Like it wasn't like that. It was just a conversation between two friends. One friend had a lot of money. They had a nice business. They had a problem. They wanted it solved. They trusted JT. And then now Jay just asked him for the money and they gave him the money. It was just a perfect storm. He did it again and he did it again. He did it again. He did it again and he did it again. And it was all just the same thing. It was very, very interesting. You got to actually start thinking about it like this too. You are the website. Think about it. All a website does is just basically talk about who you are, what service you offer. Maybe, and some people, they like to include their price points. If you do a website, I would not include your price points on your website because they're generally always wrong or they're too low, right? Also, the website talks about what's the best place to contact you. What is your information? What is your email address? Your website might even have like a homepage where it just talks about like, just corporate, right? Too much corporate talk. Instead, just be that. You can tell your story to them on the phone. You can talk about, you already have their contact information. If you're talking to them on the phone, you can tell them what you're about. You can talk about what services you offer based on what they need. You can then talk about the pricing. You are the website. It's just if they don't believe that what they see and what they hear is the right thing, then they want to go find something else. And then after they find the website, they're like, oh, well, do you have a brochure? Oh, well, do you have a business card? Oh, well, can I see your business plan? Oh, well, how long you been in business? Oh, well, can I see 2 to 3 references? Oh, well, can I see your can I see your degree? Oh, um, and it's always something else. If they don't trust you, it's always something else. It's always just another excuse. So you really got to come and just dig deep and start learning how to talk about your value and start really just intersecting whatever their problem is with your solution. Right? They're going to be telling you stuff like, I'm overwhelmed, or I don't know how to solve this, or I'm just tired of doing the books myself, or I had my mother-in-law doing my books, or my wife's been doing my books, or my husband's been doing my books, or I was a CPA 20 years ago, but I just don't really want to do it. I know everything's wrong. It's been a long time since I really like focused on it, and blah 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 blah. Right? Once you hear all these things, you need to be writing that down on a sheet of paper or even on like a note card. I generally, what I do for the students, I actually give you a sales note-taking sheet. So you know exactly what you're supposed to ask and exactly how to utilize those questions and the answers that the person gives you inside of your pitch so that it's the most relevant pitch to them. So they pretty much are just like, oh, wow, you're reading my mind. And they're like, how'd you know that? And it's like, wow, whoa, you're really good. And it's not that you were reading their minds, just you listened to them in the beginning and they told you everything that they wanted to hear in order for them to really want to trust you to get going, right? And you just become really good at just regurgitating whatever they said and then showing how you can help them out, giving a little bit of value, kind of telling them how you're going to do it, just kind of showing like the work, showing how long it's going to take, XYZ thing. There's a lot of stuff inside of the sales template proposal I give you guys. So you know exactly what to say. But just in short, that's kind of the gist of it, guys. Got to be able to ask good questions to get great answers. And then once you have great answers, then you can just talk about those answers in more detail. Now, that's basically it, guys. That's why you don't need a bookkeeping business website when you're first getting started. Now, if you want some help growing your accounting firm or your bookkeeping practice, don't wait. Go ahead and click on the link below to book a call with me. Okay, guys. Right now, we're in one of the best times. Number one, because it's the earlier part of the year. When I'm filming this right now, it's January. And then secondly, guys, like people are just waking up every single day and they're understanding the value of accounting and bookkeeping. New businesses are being started at record paces. And a lot of these people who are starting a new business are growing them really, really fast. And they're going from 0 to 7 figures really quickly, especially like industries like construction, roofing, solar, nonprofits, tech startups. Like these companies are just growing really, really fast, really, really quickly. Even like cannabis, right? And e-commerce too. There's so many different industries like that. If you want to be able to go and have financial, like independence, financial freedom, and generational wealth, like this is the only time you're going to do this. Like this is the best time that you can do this. Okay. There's never been a time in human history where it's been easier. I have students that have been in business for 15 years trying to grow this thing, And they were saying, when they first got started, it was so hard to sell things for like $500 a month, $400 a month. I was completely there. Nowadays, you drop the price of 6 grand a month, people are like, okay, cool, let's do it. And it's just ridiculous, right? Now, I don't know exactly how much longer that window is going to last, so you better go and take your spot and go and dig your well as soon as you can, so you can actually go and really have this thing for your family. Okay, so if that's you, if you want some help going and do this, you want to avoid all those pitfalls that most people fall into unknowingly when they're growing their business on their own, go ahead and click on the link inside the description below to book a call with me, so we can take a look at like your business, what you're doing, where you want to go, and if it makes sense, I can just outline what that process looks like, and we can work together long term inside of the mentorship program. If that's you, I will see you on the call. If you're not quite ready yet, that's a-okay too. These videos are so value packed. I release leaked coaching calls, behind the scenes videos, also like live walkthroughs of what you need to be doing in order to go and grow your accounting, your bookkeeping practice. So no harm, no foul. I'll talk to you soon. When you're ready, just book that call. And yeah, man, I'll talk to you on the phone. We'll get this thing going. Let's go and reach your goals together. Have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon.